Hey everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Pokémon TCG Online. What you see in front of you is a work-in-progress screenshot of the Pokémon TCG Online version 2.0 set to release later this summer. I'm your host, Scott, and in tonight's episode, we are dedicating all of it to talking about this new version of the Pokémon trading card game online. Before we get started, I've got a few things to point out. First, if you guys have any questions or comments on anything that you see or hear in tonight's episode, you can let me know on YouTube or on Twitter using hashtag PTCGO. Also, because this is a work in progress, and I can't stress this enough, things are subject to change. So, what you see right now in front of you, and what I'm about to talk about, take it with a grain of salt, because the developers could change everything by the time this new version is about to be released. So, let's get started, and I'm going to do that by giving you guys a brief overview of this new screen. As you can see, in the bottom left corner, we've got a brand new in-game chat function. Pretty exciting, because the current version doesn't have something like that integrated on the same screen without pulling across the sidebar and covering up half of the battlefield here. In the bottom right corner and the top left corner, you can see the player avatars, which coins they're using, and also what appears to be which theme decks they are using. In the top right corner, we've got a sort of battle log going on here. Zavion's Zekrom took 20 damage from Arbito's Drowsy. Arbito's Drowsy knocked out Zavion's Zekrom. So, a bit of a recent history of what has just happened throughout the battle. On the top of this screenshot, we see a couple of things that we don't quite understand yet. Level 99, what does that mean? This is the part where we're making assumptions. Perhaps this ties into the Find Battle feature, the matchmaking service. So, maybe if I'm a level 20, and I click the Find Battle button, it will match me up with an opponent that's also around level 20 as well, similar skill set. Maybe if I win a match, my level goes up. If I lose a match, my level goes down. I don't know how it works yet, but maybe it's something along those lines. Also, the line next to it, which is a bunch of W's, not sure what that is. Obviously, it's going to have some sort of name there. To the right of that section, we've got a group of buttons, what looks like a play button, some buttons for customizing outfits. There's a button here that looks like you want to purchase cards from the Pokémon TCG Online shop, trading cards. There's an inbox for messages. There's also a spinning gear icon here for the options button and the typical question mark help button. To the right of that, we've got the Pokemon tokens that the player has, number of gems. We still don't know what gems do, what they're used for, but obviously they will be used for something. To the right of that, it looks like number of packs, and to the right of that, I don't know what this silver key is. Obviously it means something. And last but not least, to the right of that, it looks like a log out / resign button. So this is supposedly the work-in-progress screenshot of the second version of Pokémon Trading Card Game Online. Pretty excited to see how this carries out into the future. Now, what I'm going to do is get into some questions that you guys probably have about the current version and what we have to look forward to. All of these answers are courtesy of Professor Mathis. He's a moderator at the Pokémon TCG Online forums. So, with that being said, let's begin. Question 1. Why is the current multiplayer version being disabled? In short, they want their entire development team to focus their efforts on working on the new version and just completely scrap the old version. Quoted by Professor Mathis, he says, "We anticipate an upswing in new players when the updated version of the Trainer Challenge goes live in the coming weeks. Rather than provide these players with a poor multiplayer experience, we felt it best to focus on the new Trainer Challenge. In addition, our operations team is expending a good deal of time and effort on a daily basis working on the stability of the game. Disabling the multiplayer option greatly improves stability, leaving the team to focus on the upcoming transition." Question 2. When is the multiplayer option being disabled? And the answer to this is within the next couple of weeks. According to Professor Mathis, he says, the multiplayer option will be disabled on the same day that the new version of the single-player Trainer Challenge is released. So, when the new Trainer Challenge comes out, multiplayer is going offline until the end of the summer. Question 3. Will the new version of the game be web-based or downloadable? And I am actually very psyched at this because the new version will be a download. No more Flash-based web browser version. So you're no longer going to have to go to the Pokémon TCG website. You can just download the client version of the game directly to your computer. You'll be able to log in with your trainer username and password and access the game right from there. Speaking of which, we now obviously have to get into system requirements. They are as follows: Windows XP, Vista, or 7, or if you're on a Mac, Mac OS X 10.5 Leopard or newer. You also need a 2 GHz Intel or faster processor, at least 2 gigs of RAM, and obviously you still need a high-speed internet connection because it is a massive multiplayer online game after all. Question 4. Why won't the Dark Explorers expansion be added to the current version of the Pokémon TCG Online? Dark Explorers was just released in stores 2 days ago on May the 9th, and it won't be available in the game until the new version of Pokémon TCG Online is released at the end of the summer. According to Professor Mathis, he says, due to the nature of the current game engine, it's not possible to add the card images and text to the game without also adding the game logic. Essentially, what this means is it's an all-or-nothing situation. If they add the new Dark Explorers cards to the current game, they have to add in everything related to those cards. That means those cards will have the ability to attack. Any special Poke Powers or Poke Bodies will have to be added into the game as well. All of this means time taken away from working on the newer version that's coming out in a couple of months. So, essentially, they are pushing back the release of the Dark Explorers cards until the new multiplayer version comes out. But when it does come out several months down the road, you will be able to spend booster credits buying Dark Explorers packs from the TCG Online shop. Question 5. What will happen to my current card collection when the new version of multiplayer is released? As Dawn would say, no need to worry. because the developers will be migrating every player's card collection over from the old version to the new version. So every Pokemon card you have in your online collection right now will be transferred over to the new version. You will not need to worry about losing any of your cards. That being said, it leads us into question number 6. What will happen to unspent booster credits? And obviously, it's the same idea. All of your unspent booster credits will be carried over into the new version of the multiplayer game. And also, any code cards that you have right now, if you have not entered the codes just yet, you will still be able to enter them when the new version is released. Question 7. What happens to my older cards if Play Pokemon rotates sets out of the modified format in September? And here is the answer. All of your cards will remain in your online collection. You'll still be able to play with them. The new version of the multiplayer game will eventually support multiple role formats. So players will be able to search for modified matches, unlimited matches, and more. So we can definitely look forward to that. Definitely setting up rules for online matches, something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Question 8. Will there be a closed beta for the new version of multiplayer? And the answer is no, there will not be a closed beta. So when the new version of multiplayer is released to the public, it will be an open beta. Everyone will be able to register a free account, start collecting cards, and get into the game. No strings attached. And that takes care of the major questions regarding the new version of the Pokemon trading card game online. Remember, the new version is expected to be released by the end of this summer, so I would guess sometime around the end of August or September, and I hope I will see you guys online when the new version comes out. And finally, I have to answer one last question asked by the viewers of our series, specifically about the future of our series. What's going to happen when the Pokémon TCG Online multiplayer goes down? And this is the answer. You guys have absolutely nothing to worry about. At the end of Season 1, I committed to producing a full second season of episodes, and that is still what I intend to do. You guys will still get brand new episodes of Let's Play Pokémon TCG Online all throughout this summer going into August. The only thing that's going to change is that starting Friday, June 1st, we will only be airing one new episode every week, and that will be Friday nights at 8/7 Central. Everything else stays the same. You will still see episodes of my online Pokemon TCG battles. You will still have the opportunity to win free Pokemon TCG Online codes, and hopefully, at the end of August, the new version of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online will be completed, and we will be able to continue our series from there. And that's all that I have for you guys tonight. I want to thank Professor Mathis for taking time out of his busy schedule to provide the answers to all of these questions on the upcoming version of the Pokemon TCG Online. I also want to thank all of our viewers for watching our series, and I hope you will stay with us as we continue to provide new episodes of Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online to you all throughout this summer, leading up to the highly anticipated premiere of version 2 of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online sometime in August or September. As always, if you guys have any questions or comments on tonight's episode, you can let me know on YouTube or on Twitter. Also, you can keep up to date with all of the latest episodes of Let's Play Pokémon TCG Online by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Game Show Uploader. And if you enjoyed tonight's episode, don't forget to click the thumbs up like button. It is always appreciated. Tomorrow morning at 7, don't miss out on an exclusive worldwide sneak peek at the explosive season finale of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. It's only during Cubics and only on the CW4Kids Toon's Eye. And you can also catch an all-new Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal at 9. Guys, we're just 2 weeks away from the season finale. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on this sneak peek. Also, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night at 8/7 Central, right here on YouTube, for another brand new episode of Let's Play Pokémon TCG Online. I'll be here. I hope you guys will join me. As always, that's it for the moment, so thanks for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Until then, this is Scott signing off and asking you to get in the game.